European Union use. We have another nation that a member of the European Union that wants to leave. Fear ripples through Brussels as a nation at heart of EU threatens to unleash a new Brexit. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban hinted on Saturday that his country may leave the European Union. He's for years, of course, been troubled by the mandates by the European Union that seem to like to give orders and don't appreciate the fact that each member nation, has its own culture and character. Now, it's the first time ever that he's mentioned such a possibility. The EU was leading a holy war, a jihad, with these accusations. Mr. Orban indicated that he was considering leaving the European Union. In a speech to supporters in Budapest, Hungary on Saturday, February 12th, the right-wing politician called for the EU to show tolerance towards Hungary. Otherwise, it would not be possible to continue on a common path with the EU. Mr. Orban spoke of this a few days before the European Court of Justice, ECJ, in Luxembourg, is to rule on the EU's new rule of law mechanism. The regulations stipulate that countries that violate the principle of the rule of law can have their funds from the common EU budget cut. Hungary and Poland had appealed against the mechanism decided December of 2020. The ECJ is scheduled to announce its judgment next Wednesday, February 16. EU bodies and human rights organizations accuse Mr. Orban, who has governed Hungary since 2010, of dismantling democracy and the rule of law. The Hungarian leader countered this assessment on Saturday. He said, "For them, the rule of law is a tool they want to use to mold us into something that resembles them." However, Hungary would not want to become like Western Europe, just as it does not expect the West to adopt Hungarian asylum or family policies. Hungary wants to keep EU together despite growing cultural alienation. That was why Budapest had repeatedly made offers of tolerance, quote-unquote, to both Brussels and Berlin. Mr. Orban continued, and he says, "There is no other solution, only tolerance. This is the only way we can find a common path." Minutes before Orban started his speech, opposition leader Peter Marchese said on Facebook that the six-party alliance had gathered enough signatures to field candidates in all 106 constituencies. The only saving grace of Viktor Orban's State of the Nation speech is that it was his last as prime minister, opposition leader Marchese said on Facebook after Orban's speech ended. Almost 80% of people in Hungary welcome EU membership. In the past, Mr. Orban had repeatedly launched harsh attacks against the bureaucrats in Brussels, but held back on threats to leave. His annual State of the Union address coincided with the start of the election campaign on Saturday. On April 3rd, Hungarians will elect a new parliament. This is on Express UK by Alessandra Scott Di Santo Tolo. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.